Welcome to VEDO 2. All the way.
Hey everyone, and welcome to VEDO 2. So it's really late, and I know that my VEDO yesterday was like really weird because I was with my cousin. Well, it wasn't weird like in a bad way. I haven't done like a vlog in a while, and then I was like, oh my gosh, October is coming up, and I remember I did a vlog last year, so I was like, oh, why don't I just try to do it actually, like the whole way through this time, but it seems I'm already failing because I'm uploading them late, but that's not my fault because I keep hanging out with my cousin Patrick, like honestly. What I wanted to do with the first video was like kind of talk about the first day of school first since that happened like last week. So let me just start with that. So I'm finally starting my core classes as a nutritional science major. So I'm taking all my nutrition classes and I'm kind of like freaked out. The nutritional science major wasn't like my first like choice as a major. I was first a pre-nursing student, but then because of like stupid like budget and like stupid college systems, they kicked me out of the pre-nursing program because which isn't like a real program. You're just like doing your gen eds, but apparently I didn't have enough prerequisites. Like I wasn't doing enough of the science prerequisites, and I was like taking too long or whatever. This is my second year, and it's hard enough as like a freshman, like getting classes that are like that everyone else is trying to get, especially science ones that aren't offered like all the time. So that was like a big bummer for me my sophomore year because they just like called me into the office one day and they were like, you can't enroll for fall until you change a major because we're kicking you out. And this happened in one day. Like I didn't even get like a whole week to digest this and like, okay, what freaking major do I go into now? I had no backup, like I didn't know what I was gonna do, and it was just scary. Now I'm a nutritional science major, and it's not something like I totally want to do, but I do love to cook, so I thought, nutrition, cooking, why not? Like I could learn things from it, which I have. I've learned a lot of really good things from the classes I've taken so far. Like one, a lot of my science classes that I've taken are pretty enlightening, especially my anatomy physiology, which I took in the summer. Yeah. But the awkward thing is because I'm like this special case, um, I'm not like super passionate about nutrition like everyone else is in my class. For example, on the first day of like our fundamentals of nutrition class, which is like for everybody, the teacher made us go around like the class and talk about like why we're taking the class, what we love about nutrition, and like why we're in this major or what major we're in and what quarter we're in. And like everyone that stood up had like a story that was like, oh, I love nutrition. It's my passion. It's like my a lifestyle. I feel like, eating healthy is the way to go. And they'll be like talking like that. I'm not saying that these stories are like bad or anything. It made me feel bad because I didn't have anything to back up my answer. But anyway, there was this other girl, and she was like, oh, yeah, I love nutrition. I became a nutrition major because I lost 180 pounds. And I was like, oh my God, how inspiring. There was this other girl who her father and like her uncle both like got cancer. And then she got really interested in like eating healthy and things. By the way, there's like a lot of people who are like against medication and they're like, or like they prefer like eating healthy instead of medication, which is like, to each their own. But like, I'm just like, medicine's there for a reason sometimes. So when I stood up, I was like, I had to like make up this phony story. It was really sad. I was like, well, I was a pre-nursing major and then I changed to nutrition major. Oh, I like to cook. So I thought, learning more about what goes in my body is better. Every other person was like, oh my God, nutrition is such a lifestyle. I just felt like the awkward person. I was just like, I just need to take this because I need to graduate. Oh, random, you like my cup? My sister gave it to me for my birthday because I turned 21. And we went to Vegas, so that fit perfectly. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say, but whatever. Also, one thing I don't like about this quarter for some reason is that I don't like the way my teachers are teaching. Not like that it's bad, but like one of them is like old and retired, but he's not old in a sense that he like talks slow or like he's like a slow person or something like that. It's more that he will lecture on things and then he'll kind of tangent off the topic but be still talking about like science and stuff. So I don't know if what he's talking about is going to be like important like on a test, which is, like I know that, I'm there to learn and enrich my knowledge and stuff or whatever, but if I don't know what like I'm supposed to be taking notes on or like studying for, then that's a problem for me. Also, there's this other class, it's also a nutrition class, and the teachers just like both of them. I have two other classes where both of the teachers like dumb down everything, but it's sad because in one of the classes, even though my professor dumbs it down, people still don't like understand what's going on. Go figure. Like what I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to be enjoying these classes. I really want to enjoy them because I'm going to be taking nutrition classes for the rest of like until I graduate. So, whatever. I just hope it works out well. Well, anyway, let's fast forward to today. So today I went to that nutrition class where everyone was like, "Oh my god, I'm so passionate about food" or whatever. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Okay, I was going to say that like obviously most people who go into like the nutrition these are just things I've noticed, obviously because I'm in the major, but most people who are in the major are like really healthy looking, you know, they're really like conscious about like drinking water. You know what I mean? Like they're just really like clean eaters, which is like a really good thing. Like kudos to them. I'm so glad that they can have the time for that and like have the money for that too because eating healthy is really expensive. I had like this muffin because I was starving because I rushed out of my house. This was like on the first day of class, but I rushed out of my house because I was running late because I didn't want to wake up. So I got this muffin because I needed like something to eat, and I just like felt so uncomfortable eating like this muffin in front of people because I was afraid people were gonna like judge me and like be like, "Oh my god, look at that muffin she's eating. Do you know how many calories that is? Like, do you know how many carbs that is? Does she need all that carbs? She's already big. She could just use the energy in her fat." I was probably making up half the things that I was thinking of, but like I just felt uncomfortable. And that's how I felt today again because I feel like anything you get, like any food that I bring to class will be like judged upon in some way. For example, I had like these cookies from yesterday that I got with Patrick yesterday. I was getting hungry during class, so I started eating them because I needed energy to because I was falling asleep. I felt like everyone was looking at me and my cookies. And I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm eating cookies. Like, honestly, sorry they're not gluten free and they're not organic chocolate chips or, whatever. Not that there's anything bad to be healthy. Like, I'm totally for being healthy and people who like are just like really good like health wise and they know what they put in their body and stuff, that's actually really good. It's just that my type of lifestyle, my culture, and like where I live, who pays for the groceries, it just doesn't work out that way. I have to actually eat what my mom cooks when I come home, and that usually is like Filipino food and like rice, which is like not the best thing. I'm trying to cut off from rice. It's the hardest thing in the world, especially Filipino. And my mom has been trying to like go like get organic fruits and vegetables every now and then, and especially since my mom's getting into like shakes and stuff like that. It's really good, but it's really expensive. Like especially if you when you get fresh fruits and vegetables, usually like you have to get them like every other day because you can't just get like a bunch of vegetables for the week because they'll just get bad like really easily or like they'll just get bad quickly or they won't be as fresh. So, you want fresh vegetables. And that's really hard because you have to go to the grocery all the time and that's gas and everything else and it's like, "Oh my god." So like whenever I bring like today I bought a sandwich and I didn't even want to open it in class because it was like it was a turkey pesto sandwich, which is actually pretty good, but then like the bread was like really white, and I like putting mayonnaise and mustard. Like if like I wish they had light mayo, but they don't. So sorry, not sorry. I wanted mayo on my sandwich. If there's one thing I hate about nutritional science major is that people will like judge what you eat. Like you know what I mean? You know that they know what you're eating. Whereas with other classes, I felt like nobody cares if I eat this Caesar salad with this chicken and a bunch of like dressing and like, you know, or like French fries. Like I feel like nobody cares if you're in Spanish. Nobody's gonna care what you eat. But if you're like in a nutrition class, everyone's there for like nutrition. So obviously, if you're eating something like this, like double bacon cheeseburger, they're gonna be like, "The f is this chick doing in here?" And also, like I'm one of the biggest people in the class, and that's not very comfortable at all. It's just horrible. It's a very horrible feeling, especially when they start talking about like things like obesity and they start talking about things like too many carbs or too many fats in your diet. And it's like you're kind of like the elephant in the room, like here's the example of the person who eats too much carbs and things like that. I can't say that I can't change. Like I can change. I could become a vegetarian like in 5 seconds. But the thing is, I don't buy my own groceries. And I can't ask my mom to be like, let's go vegetarian right now, because that's just not gonna happen. That's one of the downsides of being a nutritional science major, I feel, if you're not like if you're like me. But anyway, so I went through that class and I took notes and everything, and then I went to lab. So my lab teacher was like straight on Filipino, and he's like this older kind of guy, and but yeah, he was really good, and I can tell he was looking at me because he was like, that chick's Filipino, and I was like, oh god, here it goes. The way it can go bad is that if he knows I'm Filipino, he'll probably expect more of me, because that's just like what Filipinos do. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, you're Filipino, and so he'll just put a lot of pressure on me, I feel, if that's what happens. Or it can be a good thing where he like can let me off on things, or like be a little sympathetic because I'm Filipino. And I'm not asking for that, you know. I'm not asking for either of those things, but I'm just saying that these are the paths that lead to having a Filipino professor if you're Filipino. And then after lab, I texted Patrick because we wanted to hang out later because he had a volleyball game with Rose Lane, and he was like, "Oh, I'm on campus right now," and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah!" And then I went to the volleyball game, and it was a really good game, and I got to catch up with like old friends that I haven't seen in like a long time because I don't really go to church anymore. And then we all went to Denny's together, and Denny's was really good, French toast. So now here I am, and I'm trying to wrap up this vlog really quick because it's late. It's 12 o'clock. Oh my god. I suck. And I have to edit this video. And yesterday when we used iMovie to record, the audio was out of sync for some reason. And I don't know if it's because I was using Patrick's mic, because I used his mic. But yeah, oh god, I hope this video is in sync because I don't have time to fix that stuff. I just want to edit this like super duper quick and like be done with it. And I'm uploading my VEDO ones right now, because there's 2 videos. So hopefully those are done by the time I am done editing this video. So hopefully I can keep on with this VEDO thing and go until the 31st because I really want to do it. I truly want to like keep going this time, not like last time when I like cheated and like skipped 15 days. But anyway, I hope you guys are having, if you guys started school already or whatever, I hope you guys are having good school time. And I don't even know who I'm talking to. I'm probably just talking to Leanne and Patrick. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow and hopefully have something more interesting to talk about. Not that hanging out with cousins isn't interesting, it's just more interesting to me than to you. Hopefully I have something to rant about, but hopefully not, because I don't like to rant about things because that just means something made me angry. Okay, whatever. Good night.